Opponents of RFRA say clarifying the language of the legislation isn't enough to undo all the harm it's caused to Indiana's reputation. The bill sparked protests and boycotts throughout the nation. As Barbara Harrington reports, some are worried the damage will take a lot longer to restore Indiana's image than it did to tear it down.
If not now, there you go. Tell me when. And it goes like this.
The Hoosiers at this Bloomington rally feel like they've been here before.
My sister said to me last time we were talking about it, how did this happen? How did this happen?
It's been less than a year since a court decision made same-sex marriage legal in the state of Indiana. But once again, members of the LGBTQ community and their allies say they're forced to fight for their rights.
The people of this country won't have it. We're not living in the 1930s anymore, and rich white men are just going to have to get used to it. Suck it up.
They're calling on legislators to go further and repeal RFRA. Some opponents say even with a legislative fix, the bill doesn't do enough to protect same-sex couples and does damage to the entire state.
I think they should have listened to the people of Indiana and before they voted, and the governor should have thought about the implications of this for our state, for visitors to our state.
Just 1 week after Governor Mike Pence signed the bill, his hometown of Columbus is already feeling its impact.
We are concerned about the perception of Indiana and certainly of visiting Indiana and our community.
The city's heard from more than a dozen groups or individuals who are canceling trips to Columbus because of the legislation or vowing never to come to Indiana.
The first one was the day after the legislation had been signed. We received notice from Palm Springs, California. A group of 30 people were coming to see the architecture in Columbus. They were going to spend a week, spend some real money, affect jobs by that cancellation.
If more cancellations come in, they could put a dent in the $260 million Columbus makes on tourism every year. Even more concerning for businesses like La Mode Salon, the potential long-term effects of RFRA.
It's scary for our state. I feel like our economy is going to suffer because of it. And, we have a big Fortune 500 company here in Columbus, Cummins, and they've even made comments about not expanding, and that would be just detrimental. It'd be terrible for our economy, for our town.
Several major companies condemned the original RFRA language, saying it was bad for business. Among them were Apple, Cummins, Angie's List, the NCAA, and dozens of others. The governors of New York and Connecticut even put bans on state officials traveling to Indiana. Some say the timing of the legislation couldn't be worse, specifically for the city of Indianapolis. Indy will host the NCAA Final Four tournament this weekend, bringing tens of thousands of people into town.
As it stands now, perception is reality, and the perception is Indianapolis is no longer welcoming. And when you're in the business of marketing a city, that impedes on your ability to drive tourism.
But some say the tournament also provides a unique opportunity to take the national spotlight and show the rest of the world what Indiana is really about.
We firmly believe that there's a hunger with our hospitality community to prove the critics wrong, to showcase, not through words but through actions, that Hoosier hospitality is alive and well, and that no matter what piece of paper has been signed, Hoosier hospitality remains.